Here's a question nobody in the mortgage world is actually asking you right now. How's life going in your current home? Maybe a little too cramped compared to when you first bought the home? If so, I bet you're thinking, when should I actually upgrade to my next home? In today's housing market, this isn't just a comfort problem, it's a math problem as well. Because right now, a lot of people across the Midwest, hey, myself included, are stuck in this exact spot. You've outgrown your current house, but your interest rate is sitting at 3%, maybe even lower. And every time you look at the market, you keep finding yourself thinking, man, I don't know. Is a move really worth it right now? And that's the tension. Because financially, staying put feels smart, but practically, your life might be telling you something completely different. So the real question becomes, is upgrading right now a smart move? Or is it going to wind up being just a really expensive mistake? Going through this dilemma myself, I think I've figured out that the right way to go about this is way more simple than it's made out to be. So let's set this up properly then, because there are more and more people than you may even realize that are feeling stuck in their current home situation. I talk to people every week in the cities and towns around where I live that are dealing with this exact type of decision. Most often, they've currently got a growing family in their starter home that doesn't quite fit them anymore. Maybe they're working from home now, or maybe they just want something better after a few years. While at the same time, they're finding themselves thinking, if I move, my payment is going to go way up. By leaving my current house and current loan, am I giving up a great deal? Often resulting in them asking, should I just wait this out? And here's the problem. Most people try to answer this question emotionally or based on the headlines. Instead, we need to answer it with clarity. So instead of guessing, let's walk through the 4 times that I believe will actually make sense to upgrade. First, and this is likely the most important one, it's the case of when your life no longer fits your home. This truly has nothing to do with the finishes around the home, nothing to do with upgrades to seating or appliances, or maybe it's more about, is your family able to function in the home? These are the real life things, like there not being enough bedrooms, no space to work from home if one of the kids are homesick from school, kids sharing rooms when they shouldn't be, creating long nights and crabby mornings, or just overall, everyone and everything is just feeling cramped. Every single day, I've seen families in Sioux Falls trying to make a 2-bedroom home work with 3 kids. Families are absolutely making it work, but at some point, it stops being a financial decision and it becomes a quality of life decision. I think the key here is, if your house is creating daily stress, that's going to be your first signal it might be time to make the move. Moving on to something that can be overlooked is when your equity puts you in a strong position for your next purchase. A lot of homeowners who bought between 2019 and 2022 are sitting in a very different spot than they realize. For example, let's say you bought a home for $250,000. Today, it's closer to $320,000. Now, you're sitting with $70,000 in appreciation. And keep in mind, that doesn't even include what you've paid down on the loan amount. So now think about what that equity can do for you. To start, it can cover your next down payment, reduce your loan size, which is probably the most effective way right now to offset higher interest rates. Speaking of, compared to 5 or 6 years ago, interest rates today are higher, but your position is so much stronger than it was when you first bought. So many people are getting stuck when they are only looking at the interest rate instead of looking at their total financial position. Now we finally get to what I believe is probably the biggest hurdle, the payment. It's no secret to anybody right now. If you move today, your rate will likely be higher than what you currently have. And with that, it's likely going to translate to your monthly payment probably going up. So we know that the rate is more than likely going to be higher. That's a question that we can eliminate from our thoughts. The real question then becomes, can my life comfortably support this new payment? Not just today, but long term. Here's a simple filter. If your new payment still allows you to enjoy life and doesn't make things feel tight every month, then it's sustainable. But if upgrading means you have no margin remaining after the mortgage payment, or no flexibility to enjoy the things that you and your family like to do, and are under constant financial pressure, then it's probably not the right move. It's important to hear that. You don't upgrade houses just to downgrade your lifestyle. The 4th signal is mindset. It's when you're thinking long term. These are the people who are upgrading successfully, and while not letting the thoughts of trying to perfectly time the market impede on their progress. They're thinking along the lines of, will this home work for us for the next 5 to 10 years? Does this location make sense long term? Is this a stable and sustainable decision for our family? Because in markets like Sioux Falls and Rapid City or Omaha and Des Moines, you typically don't see boom and bust cycles. You see steady, long-term growth. So if your plan is to stay in your city, the short-term rate movements are going to matter much less than things like your neighborhood's location, your city's overall livability, and your investment into your home's long-term value. Those are the important factors that are backing up and protecting your decisions right now. Now, let's bring this back to what's actually happening locally. Across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa right now, inventory has improved slightly, but across the board, homes are taking longer to sell, especially when we compare them to the times during 21 and 22. What that means then is that buyers are starting to have more negotiating power again. So yes, you might not get 15 offers on your current home, but at the same time, you're also not competing against 15 buyers on your next one. That creates something we haven't seen in a while, and that's a more balanced market. So all this is not necessarily easy, but it's certainly not impossible either. The biggest mistake that I'll see in times like this, it's going to be the people who are absolutely set on waiting for a perfect moment, some large dramatic change that results in perfect interest rates, perfect home prices, matched with their perfect timing. That moment almost never comes. Instead, what happens? They stay too long, missed opportunities, or upgrade later under pressure. This decision is a huge decision, but the decision isn't about perfection. It's about progression and alignment. So when should you upgrade to your next home? When your life demands it, when your current equity supports it, when the new payment is sustainable, and when your mindset is focused on the long term. If those 4 things line up, it's probably time to seriously consider the move. And if you're not sure exactly where you start, drop a comment below or reach out. I can help you look at your current home, your equity position, and what your next move actually looks like, because you can't make the right move by simply guessing. You make the right move by starting with a plan.